What you're looking at here is the header from my 1946 Dodge truck, and I put a 2x6 on the outside of two of those tubes on the outside, like from here to here, and then I put a 2x4 on the inside edge, and I put 2 1/2-inch bolts on there, and I sucked that inner tube towards the outside, and then I welded this little plate on right here. And so now when I bolted it back on the engine, I got about a 1/4 inch or more clearance to that little mini starter I bought. So there's my new starter and my old starter. The one there, the dirty one, that's the one from the old '78 motorhome, and it's gigantic and I can't fit it into the headers, but this little one fits in really nice. Okay, you can see I got the starter jammed in between those two header pipes, and it fits right in there, and I can rotate it right back in. So I really like the fact that I can change my starter without ripping the whole vehicle apart. Okay, you can see the starter's in, and there's clearance between the header and the starter, about a 1/4 inch. So I should have room to put a ceramic blanket around that, and maybe a piece of nice polished stainless steel to reflect the heat. Okay, there you can see the frame that I reinforced with the extra 1/8 inch plate, and then I rebuilt the whole bottom of it. And so this is the side that I redid, and it didn't bend, so I'm pretty happy. Okay, you can see got the front frame all back on again, and I don't think I have too many shots of this where I have the one-piece front end frame with the roll bars in front and everything else. Kind of gives you some perspective of what it looks like. Here's a straight-on shot. Here you can see the gussets that I stuck on there. Try to beef up that frame a little bit so whenever I hit anything on the road, that it transfers the force up into the frame instead of trying to shear all those bolts off. Okay, you can see the front end. I started mocking up the radiator shroud for the fans, and I'm going to see if I can jam everything underneath this front end and get it all covered up. I think I'm going to buy all the accessories for the front, the air conditioning pump, all the belts, everything I need to try to get that all wrapped up, because it's a lot of work to try to get all that underneath the hood. So you can see I got the front end up, and whenever I have the fenders on and the front end on, and I leave the hood off, this is what you'll see, except for that cardboard will be some polished stainless steel. There you can see the fans back in back of the grill. Here you can see the gap I got. I can still fit my air conditioning condenser in there, and hopefully maybe even a transcooler. And there you can see the fans fit in there pretty good. And I'm going to turn that cardboard into a piece of stainless. So remember how I put these caps on this this radiator support? I decided I'm going to box this whole entire radiator in with 1-inch tubing, and then I'll put my my fan shroud around that, so you really won't see much of it, and that'll give me support to put the air conditioning condenser in. And you can see I'm chopping up some 1-inch tubing. Unfortunately it's kind of rusty, but I'm going to sandblast all that before I get it powder coated. And here you can see a March revolver pulley kit, and this was very expensive. So all this stuff here and on the floor is about like $3,300 or something like that. But I'm really happy with it. It's really shiny. It has a coating on it. They say I don't have to polish it, so I'm happy about that. It has the alternator, 140 amps. Has a GM power steering pump that I need to have a remote reservoir for it, so it's nice and small. And then I got this vintage air stuff. So I got pretty much all the air and heat stuff and all the accessories for the front. And I think I'm going to leave this video there.